Okay, so good afternoon po. So for our module 4 or session 4, our topic is regarding kinetics of a particle. So in this session, we are going to analyze the accelerated motion of a particle using the equation of motion with different coordinate systems. So as the name implies, kinetics. So we are already in kinetics. We are going to analyze a particle, the motion of particle, with respect sa mga forces na nag-act sa ating body or particle. No? So dito, analysis of particle muna tayo. After we are done with the particle, we are going to analyze a motion of a given body. No? Or for the kinetics of a given body. So in this session, we are going to use the Newton's second law of motion or the law of acceleration. And law of acceleration states that the unbalanced force acting on the particle or body cause the particle or body to accelerate. It has an acceleration in line and directly proportional to the resultant of the forces acting on the particle. So if we are going to analyze the given or the law of acceleration, if we have a given particle here, and that particle is having a weight, W, pag sinabing weight ng particle or any body, that is always directly going vertically downward. And if this particle is acted by forces or external forces, sabihin natin P1 and then P2, going to that direction. At kapag kukunin natin mismo yung resultant force of these three forces acting on the particle, at nalaman natin nandyan yung ating resultant. No? At yung nakuha nating resultant ay may value. No? Ibig sabihin, we can say that the particle is in unbalanced condition. We can say that the particle is not in equilibrium. We can say that the particle is moving. No? Moving in line with the direction of resultant. So, kung nandyan yung resultant direction, nandyan din yung direction ng motion. No? Nandyan din yung acceleration natin. Nagets po? And, by virtue of the second law of motion, you can say here, acceleration is directly proportional to the resultant. Or vice versa. Resultant is directly proportional to acceleration. And by that, R is directly proportional to acceleration A. No? And to make this expression an equation, maglalagay lang tayo dyan ng proportionality constant term, which is K. No? So, R, resultant, will be equivalent to the product of proportionality constant K and the acceleration of the particle or body. No? Assuming the same particle of the same weight W, at sabihin natin na yung particle or body natin ay nasa vacuum system. Pag sinabing nasa vacuum system, nasa free space siya wherein there is no any matter that will act on this particle. No, ibig sabihin, kapag idodrawing natin yung free body diagram ng particle, ang mag-act lang na force ay yung weight ng ating particle. No, nakapag kukunin natin mismo yung resultant dyan, mag-isa lang mismo yung force dyan, nandiyon na din ating resultant. Siya na rin yung resultant natin. No, so yung resultant natin ay pababa din. Kapag yung resultant force natin ay pababa din, we can say na yung motion ng particle ay pababa din. No, at nandun yung ating acceleration. Dahil nandun yung motion natin. No, papansin natin yung motion is vertically downward. Vertical. Kapag yung motion ay vertical, acceleration will become acceleration due to gravity. Positive kasi nga pababa. Gets po? Again, sabi dun kay Newton's second law of motion, resultant is directly proportional to acceleration. R is directly proportional to A. But what is R? The weight of the particle. And that is directly proportional to acceleration, which is due to gravity. Tama? And to make this expression an equation, we can say that weight is equivalent to K multiplied by G. Na kapag kukunin natin mismo yung proportionality constant K, divide both sides by gravitational acceleration lang, K will be equivalent to W over G. Substituting this equation to our equation number 1 here, we can say that resultant force is equivalent to K, which is W over G multiplied by A. And that will be our governing equation with respect to this topic. That R will be equivalent to W over G multiplied by A, wherein W over G is the mass of the particle. Dahil ang weight ay product ng mass and gravitational acceleration, di ba? Therefore, mass is W over G. So, this equation will become this equation. The resultant force acting on the particle is equivalent to the product of the mass and its acceleration. No? And by virtue of the third law of motion ni Newton's, ano yon? Law of action and reaction. Ano sabi doon? For every action force, there is an equivalent reaction force acting on the particle or body. No? Sabi doon, kung i-apply natin mismo yung third law of motion dito sa equation na to, for every action force, which is equivalent to the resultant force, there is an equivalent reaction force which is equivalent to W over G multiplied by A. And this W over G multiplied by A is what we call reverse effective force or inertia force. No? Nagets po. Ibig sabihin lang nun, para maging equilibrium yung system natin, para maging balance yung system natin dito, maglalagay lang tayo dyan ng reverse effective force, which is opposing the motion of resultant. Kaya nga reverse. No? Opposing the motion of resultant here. Nagets po? Kapag may reverse effective force tayo dyan, we can say that the particle is in equilibrium system and it is moving. Nagets po ba? For this particle naman, yung reverse effective force natin, pataas. Dahil yung motion ng resultant ay pababa. No, we can say here that it is in equilibrium and it is moving. Pag walang reverse effective force, it is moving and it is not in equilibrium. No, kapag yung resultant ay equivalent to 0, wala tayong reverse effective force na ilalagay dahil kapag resultant is 0, that is not moving. No, and we can say that the particle is in equilibrium system. Static nga lang. No, pag sinabing equilibrium na hindi gumagalaw, that is static equilibrium. Kapag equilibrium system na gumagalaw, that will be dynamic equilibrium. At nandito tayo ngayon. Dahil yung static equilibrium, na pag-aralan nyo na yan kay statics of rigid bodies. No, pag sinabing dynamic equilibrium yung system natin, kailangan natin i-incorporate yung reverse effective force natin yung sa system natin. No? Okay. And with respect to that, we have here the D'Alembert's principle. No? The D'Alembert's principle, halos parehas lang mismo dun sa discuss natin kanina. It's just that mas gamit itong principle na to when taking in consideration a given body which is composed of a system of particles, no, or a system that is composed of different bodies. Okay, so the D'Alembert's principle states that the resultant of the external forces applied to a given body, which is composed of a system of particles, is equivalent to the vector summation of the effective force on each particle of the body. So if we're going to analyze that, if this is our body, no, so mas malaki na. Pag particle, maliit lang. No, and this body is composed of different particles. No, may particle dyan, may particle dyan, may particle dyan. No. And, assume natin ito yung centroid, center of gravity. And with respect to that center of gravity, nandyan yung weight ng ating body. No. For each particle, meron ding weight. Particle 1, weight 1. Particle 2, weight 2. Particle 3, weight 3. And so on, kasi madaming particles yan. Tama? And if this body is acted by different forces, force 1, force 2, and so on. No, and if we are going to analyze the resultant force, no, and that is either by analytical method or graphical method, or the vector summation of these external forces, and nalaman natin na nandyan yung resultant force. Ang sabi kay D'Alembert's principle, yung resultant daw ay equivalent kay vector summation ng effective forces on each particle. No? Ano ba yun? Sa bawat particle, may mga effective force dyan, and that is WA over G. No? Particle 1, W1, A1 over G, plus W2, A2 over G, and so on. Dahil madaming particle. No? So, resultant force is summation of WA over G for each particle. Nagagets po? No? So, kung i-analyze natin yung reverse effective force, nandyan tayo, opposing the resultant. And that's the time we can say that this given body is in equilibrium system. No? Halos parehas lang naman kanina, kaya lang, madami tayong particle na kinoconsider. No? And this particle is represented by this whole body. No? So, yung mga weight ng particle na yan, that is equivalent to the total weight of body. Na kapag ginamit natin yun, pupunta tayo dun kay iisang equation, which is R equivalent to W A over G. No? So, that is D'Alembert's principle. Okay. With respect to that, we have here the equations of motion for a kinetics of a particle. So, paano tayo gumawa ng equations of motion ng isang particle or body that is moving and considering that it is in equilibrium system? No. So, when more than one force acts on a particle, the resultant force is determined by a vector summation of all forces. And that is R equivalent to multiplied by the product of mass and acceleration. You already know that. For this more general case, the equation of motion may be written as considering that x-axis is line of motion. No? So, yung motion daw natin is in line with the x-axis. So, yung nakakikita nyo ditong mga equations, we are considering na yung motion ay nasa iisang dimension. No? It's either na kay x, na kay y, or na kay z. And with respect to these equations, na kay x daw yung motion. No? Kung nasan yung motion, nandun yung reverse effective force. Bakit? Considering this particle, no? And yung motion niya is going to the right, horizontal. No, it is acted by different forces. Nagets po? And then, nalaman natin nandiyan yung resultant. No, and then yung reverse effective force opposing the resultant. No. Tama? So, if we will take summation of forces along x equivalent to 0, going to the right is positive according to the motion, that is R minus reverse effective force. Tama? Equivalent to 0. Therefore, resultant force is reverse effective force. Ibig sabihin, kung nasan yung motion, which is with respect to x, nandun naka-equate yung reverse effective force. No? Walang motion kay y, di ba? Hindi naman vertical yung motion. Therefore, if we will take summation of forces along y, wala tayong may i-consider na reverse effective force dahil horizontal yung reverse effective force natin. And that's the time, summation of forces along y will be equivalent to 0. Same with z-axis. No? Pero kapag yung motion natin ay nakay y, kunyari yung motion ay nakay y, vertical, therefore, pwede natin sabihin na summation of forces along y will be equivalent to reverse effective force. And that's the time we can say that summation of forces along x and then along z will be equivalent to 0. Dahil wala naman dyan yung motion, nakay y naman. No? Same with z. Kapag nakay z yung motion, you can say that summation of forces along z will be effective force. WA over G, or reverse effective force. And that's the time we can say that summation of forces along x and then along y will be equivalent to 0. No, kapag iisang dimension, pwede namang dalawa yung dimension ng motion natin or tatlong dimension. No, kunyari, the motion is going that way. This is our x, this is our y. So, yung motion, merong motion kay y, merong motion kay x. Tama? Therefore, yung reverse effective force natin, naka-equate kay x, naka-equate din kay y. Kay z, wala. Dahil 2-dimension yung motion. Kapag 3-dimension yung motion, lahat ng mga summation of force natin along x, along y, along z will be equivalent to reverse effective force. No? So, if that's the case, we can say that kanyari, 3 dimension, summation of forces along x will be equivalent to WAX over G. Summation of force along y will be WAY over G. Summation of z will be equivalent to WAZ over G. Gets po? Kapag 2 dimension, along x, along y, ito magiging equal kay 0. O kaya along kay x, along z, ito magiging equal 0. So, titingnan nyo mismo kung saan tayo papunta. Ilang dimension? 3 ba? 2 ba? 1 ba? At kung iisa lang, nasa ang axis? Na kay x ba? Na kay y? Na kay z? No. So, you have to analyze that para hindi maging mali yung equation of motion na magagamit natin sa solutions natin. No. And we have here a general plan for the solution of the problems na regarding kay kinetics of particle. First step is to draw the free body diagram for each body involved in the problem. At alam nyo na yan, FBD. No. Indicate all forces, both known and unknown, representing by an appropriate symbol. Para hindi tayo malito. If that is weight, symbol will be W. No. Para hindi tayo malito, alam nating weight yon. If the direction of any unknown, except for bodies or particle na involve yung friction force or in contact with the surface, is incorrectly assumed, the solution will yield its correct magnitude but with negative sign. No? So, yung negative sign, indication yun na mali yung assumption natin ng kanyang direction. No? Pero kapag yung body or particle na ina-analyze natin ay in contact with the surface, so may frictional force na i-consider doon, kapag nag-negative yung value na nakukuha, ibig sabihin, mali yung magnitude, mali din yung direction. No? Pero kapag walang friction force na involved sa body na yon, tama yung magnitude, mali lang yung direction. So, malalaman nyo yun, mamay. Explain ko yan kung paano nangyayari yan. And friction forces must always be directed to oppose the motion. You already know that. No, it is already discussed in physics. Number 2, determine the direction of motion. If not evident or specified, indicate it by a dash arrow near each free body diagram. Nasaan ba papunta? Going upward ba? Going downward? To the left? To the right? Paharap ba or palikod? So, determine. If not evident, dash arrow tayo. Kapag evident or specified, solid arrow. Number 3 step, determine the kinematic relations between the bodies involved in the problem. No, pag sinabing kinematic relations, ano yung relationship ng displacements ng mga bodies na involved? Ano yung relationships ng kanilang velocities? Ano yung relationship ng kanilang accelerations? No, pero kapag yung involved lang na body sa problem ay iisa, therefore, hindi natin magagamit yung number 3 dahil hindi na natin siya ma-relate sa iba pang bodies. Dahil iisa lang yung kino-consider nating body. No, so yung number 3 step, ginagawa lang siya or ginagamit lang siya kapag 2 or more than bodies yung involved sa problem natin. No? And then number 4, apply the equations of motion. So eto na. No? And then number 5, solve for the unknown using additional equations of kinematics as may be required to determine the relations between position, velocity, time, and acceleration. Pag sinabing equations of motion, alam nyo na yan, that is our first topic. No? Constant velocity motion, constant acceleration motion. Pero pag sinabing kinetics of a particle, we are assuming that the motion is in constant acceleration motion. No, if not indicated in the problem. Na kay constant acceleration tayo. Pag sinabing constant acceleration motion, 3 lang yung equations natin yun, di ba? So, ano yung mga gamit nyo sa 3 equations na yon? So, babalikan nyo yung ating first topic. No? And that will be your guidelines in solving kinetics of a particle problems. No? So, para mas maintindihan nyo to, yung topic na to, let's consider a problem na isa-solve natin. So, let's take problem number 1. We have here an elevator weighing 3,220 pounds starting from rest acquires an upward velocity of 600 feet per minute in a distance of 20 feet. If the acceleration is constant, what is the tension in the elevator of cable? Or the elevator cable? So let's draw the figure first. So let's assume this is our elevator. Siyempre may cable yan. No, nahihila pa pataas. So pag sinabing cable, that will always emit a tension force. No, palabas. Pag sinabing tension, it is going away sa ating body. No? And that is unknown. Ano pa yung mga force na mag-act dyan? Elevator weights. No, and that is 3,220 pounds. Pag sinabing weight, vertically, downward. No? Okay. Meron pa ba tayong i-consider na force? Wala na. Dalawa lang. No? And then, evident na yung motion that is going upward. No? And that is acceleration which is still unknown. So, vertical yung motion, di ba? Na kay Y. So, if we will take summation of forces along X, wala dyan yung motion, naka-equal lang kay 0. If we will take summation of forces along Z, wala dyan yung motion, kay Z-axis, that will be 0. If we will take summation of forces along Y, that will be equivalent to reverse effective force dahil na kay Y yung ating motion. Tama? So, that is WA over G. No? Yung summation of force along X, di natin magagamit. Bakit? Wala naman tayong horizontal force na kinoconsider. Same with summation of forces along Z-axis. No? And then, positive direction is going upward according to the given motion. If that is going upward, lahat ng upward forces ay positive. Pag sinabi sa problem that it is going downward, lahat ng downward forces ay positive. So, yung positive direction natin, depende kung nasaan papunta yung ating motion. Nandun yung positive direction. Take note of that. No? So, upward forces, we have tension T. Positive yan. Ito, pababa, minus. Equivalent to the weight. Anong weight? 3,220. Acceleration, that is unknown. Over G. Ano ang G? That is constant. No? Naka-pounds tayo. No, therefore, that is English unit. So, dapat naka-English unit din yung gravitational acceleration. 32.2. So, in order for us to get the value of tension, get the value of acceleration. No. So, nasabi doon, acceleration is constant. Ano mga binigay? It starts from rest. Initial velocity is 0. Final velocity, 600 feet per minute. Consistency of units, convert it into feet per seconds. No, multiplied by 1 minute is to 60 seconds. Cancel to. 600 divided by 60, 10 feet per seconds. And then distance is 20 feet. Acceleration is unknown. So, sa acceleration or constant acceleration motion, ano yung mga formulas doon na magagamit relating these 4 parameters? So, magagamit natin equation na V squared minus VO squared equivalent to 2AS. Starting velocity is 0. Final velocity, that is 10. Quantity squared equivalent to 2. Acceleration is unknown. Displacement is 20 feet. No, solving for acceleration, guys, ano yung value natin? Kindly solve. 10 squared is 100 divided by 40. 100 divided by 40 is 2.5. Tama ba? And that is feet per second squared. Na-compute na natin acceleration. Substitute mo dito. Therefore, tension T, lipat mo to sa kabila, magiging positive. Plus 3 to 20, acceleration is 2.5, and then over 32.2. So, computing for the tension in the cable, anong value guys? Dapat daw mako-compute natin is 3,470. Tama ba?
Opo.
And that is 3,470 pounds. And that will be the requirement for this given problem. No? Okay, let's consider another example. Okay, problem number 2. A man weighing 161 pounds is in an elevator moving upward with an acceleration of 8 feet per second square. Letter A, what pressure does he exert on the floor of the elevator? Letter B, what will the pressure be if the elevator is descending with the same acceleration equivalent also to 8 feet per second square? No. Letter A muna tayo. Let's draw the figure. Assume this is our floor of the elevator. And dyan nakatayo yung ating man. And the man weighs 161 pounds. So, man ulit ay, the weight is vertically downward. And then, pressure. Pag sinabing pressure, that is acting perpendicular to the surface, which is the floor of the elevator. Nandyan tayo. No? Meron pa ba tayong i-consider na force? Wala na. Ang sabi doon, evident na yung motion, upward. So, that is going upward. Acceleration is equivalent to 8 feet per second square. No? Anong motion natin? Vertical. So, if we will take summation of forces along y, naka-equal yan kay reverse effective force na WA over G. No? Ano yung positive direction? Pataas daw. Ano mo pataas? Force P. Ito pababa, minus 161. Weight, 161. Acceleration, given, 8. G, naka-feet per second square to. Therefore, gravitational acceleration is 32.2. Computing for the value of P, lipat mo lang sa kabila, magiging positive. Ano yung value, guys? Dapat daw makukuha natin ay 201 pounds. Tama ba? Okay, and that will be the requirement for letter A. Letter B, parehas pa din yung condition, kaya lang, the motion will be going downward. So, let's assume this is the floor of the elevator. Meron pa rin tayong man dyan. No, the man still weighs 161 pounds. And then, kinocompute natin yung pressure. No, the motion is going downward with the same value. No? So, vertical yung motion, summation of forces along y will be equivalent to WA over G. Kaya lang, ang positive direction natin ngayon ay pababa, according to the motion given. No? So, yung mga pababa, weight, 161. Ito pataas, magiging minus na siya. Ano ang weight? W, that is 161. Acceleration is given 8. G is 32.2. So, computing for P, dapat daw 121 pounds. Tama ba?
Opo.
Okay. So, that is 121 pounds. No? And that will be the requirements for this given problem. So, medyo madali-dali pa tayo, di ba? Dahil, iisa pa lang yung body na kino-consider natin. No? Pag dumami na yan, dun tayo naging mahirap dahil meron tayong step number 3. So, let's consider another example. So, for this given problem, hindi lang naka-include. This is body A and body B. Body A weighs 300 pounds. Body B weighs 200 pounds. It is included in this problem. No. And we have to determine the acceleration of body B, assuming that the pulleys are frictionless and weightless. Itong pabilog daw dyan na pulleys ay walang friction and then walang weight. Kung meron man, negligible yung value. No? So, kapag walang friction, walang weight, ibig sabihin, hindi na natin i-consider yung free body diagram ng ating pulleys. No? Dahil kapag may friction dyan, yung force dito, tsaka yung force dito ay magkaiba. Yung force dyan, tsaka yung force dito, o yung tension dyan, tsaka tension dito ay magkaiba din. Kapag merong friction value sa pulleys natin. No? Kapag sinabing frictionless and weightless, etong kable na to, connecting body B, ay iisa lang, di ba? No, tuloy-tuloy yan. Therefore, yung force dyan, sa kable na yan, ay pare-parehas lang dahil frictionless tayo. Yun ang ibig sabihin nun, guys. So, meron tayong tension dyan dahil pag sinabing cable, that is emitting a tension force. So, if this is tension T din yon, tension T din yan. No? Ito naman, meron tayong cable supporting body A. Tama? So, meron din mag-emit na tension. No? And for this pulley to be in equilibrium, meron pataas dyan na tension T, may pataas dito na tension T. Ito naman, dapat siya ay 2 times T para maging equilibrium yung pulley na yan. No? May pataas na tension T na dalawa, dapat 2T ay pababa. So, ito dapat ay twice the tension T. No? Okay. Evident ba yung motion ng ating dalawang bodies na involved? Evident ba? Hindi, di ba? Walang sinabi sa problem kung paano gagalaw yung system natin. Therefore, that's the time you are going to assume the motion. No? And then, malalaman natin mamaya kung tama yung assumption natin or hindi. Depende sa values ng ating acceleration. No? So, assume natin, body A is 300 pounds. So, tendency nun kapag mas mabigat, pwede nating i-assume na pababa. Dahil, ano siya mas mabigat, diba? Assume lang naman. Malalaman natin mamaya. Okay, kapag assume direction, dash arrow. No? If body A will go downward, tendency nun, body B will go upward. Tama ba? Hindi naman pwedeng parehas silang tataas, parehas silang bababa. No, syempre maghihilaan yung dalawang yan. No, kapag ito ay pataas yung body A, pababa yung body B. Tama? No. Again, that is assume direction. Now, draw the free body diagram for each bodies involved. No. Pero wag muna tayo doon. Mag-i-step number 3 muna tayo. No. Para tuloy-tuloy yung solution natin mamaya pagkatapos ng free body diagram. Ano yung step number 3? Kinematic relationship between the bodies involved. Ano yung relationship ng kanilang displacement? Ano yung relationship ng kanilang mga velocities? Ano yung relationship ng kanilang accelerations? No. In order for us to analyze that, we will take summation of work done by the bodies involved will be equivalent to 0. No. Or work done by body A plus work done by body B is equivalent to 0. Dalawa lang naman yung bodies involved No. Ano bang work? That is force times displacement. No. Both for each body. No. Ano yung force na i-consider? Yung force na i-consider dito ay yung mga tension force na nakakabit sa bawat body. So, yung body A, ang tension doon ay 2T. So, yung force na i-consider natin value. No. Multiplied by displacement of body A. Alam ba natin yung distance or displacement na ita-travel niya? Hindi natin alam. Say that is SA or displacement of A. And since yung motion na inassume natin ay pababa, we can say that displacement traveled is a negative value. No, plus force of body B. Ano ulit yung force na i-consider? Yun yung mga tension force na nakakabit sa mga body. No, ano ba yung tension force na nakakabit kay body B? That is tension T. Multiplied by displacement of body B, hindi rin natin alam. Say that is SB. At yung motion niya ay pataas, therefore, positive yung displacement niya. And that will be equivalent to 0. No? Dividing all the terms by tension T, magka-cancel yan. Tama? Ito, that is negative 2 SA plus SP, equivalent to 0. Therefore, we can say that displacement of body B is, ito magiging positive doon, twice displacement of body A. No, if body A will move 5 feet, body B will move 10 feet according to this relationship. No. Now, yung displacement na yan kapag i-derive natin with respect to time, magiging ds over dt. And ds over dt is velocity. Tama? Therefore, we can say that velocity of body B is twice velocity of body A. At yung velocity na yan, kapag i-derive natin with respect to time, magiging dv over dt. And dv over dt is acceleration. Tama ba? Therefore, acceleration of body B is twice acceleration of body A. No? At yung tinatawag nating kinematic relationship. No? At yung magagamit natin mamaya sa equations of motions natin. No? So, kapag tapos na tayo kay kinematic relationship, that's the time po pwede tayo mag-free body diagram sa dalawang bodies na involved. No? First one, kay body A muna. No? Free body diagram ni body A. Assume this is body A. Ano yung mga forces na mag-act kay body A? Ito. Meron tayong pataas na 2T. No? Meron tayong weight. At yung weight niya ay going downward. 300 pounds. Meron pa bang i-consider? Wala na. Yung motion na inassume is going downward. Ang motion ay vertical. So, if we will take summation of forces along Y, nandun yung motion, nandun yung reverse effective force. Nasa ng positive direction? Pababa. No? Ano yung mga pababa? 300. Ito, magiging minus dahil pataas siya. Equivalent kay W, 300. Multiplied by A. Ano yung A? Acceleration. Acceleration of body A. So, this is A over G, 32.2. Ito naman, lipat natin dito, magiging plus. Combine the unknown terms, and then naka-equal sila kay constant term. So, ito, magiging positive, 2T plus 300. Acceleration of A over 32.2. Equivalent to 300. Let this be our equation number 1. No, hindi pa natin makukuha yun dahil dalawa pa yung unknown. Now, consider FBD of body B. No, saan yung mga forces na mag-act kay body B? Hinan nyo to. Ano yung mga forces dyan? Meron tayong pataas na tension force. And that is tension T, unknown. Meron tayong weight that is going vertically downward, 200 pounds. Meron pa ba? Wala na. At yung motion na inassume ay going upward. No? So, if we will take summation of forces along Y, that will be reverse effective force dahil nandyan yung motion natin kay Y-axis. No? And positive direction is going upward. Ano yung mga upward? Tension T. Ito, downward, minus na siya. Equivalent kay W, 200. Ano yung A? Acceleration ni body B. Over G, 32.2. No? Lahat ng unknown terms, pagsamahin. And then, i-equal natin yung mga constant term. Ito, magiging positive doon. Ito, magiging minus sa kabila. Tension T, minus 200. Acceleration of B over 32.2 equivalent kay 200. Tama? But, acceleration of B is twice acceleration of A. Substitute. Tension T minus 200. AB is 2 times AA. According to our kinematic relationship. No? over 32.2 equivalent to 200. Simplifying, tension T minus 400, acceleration of A over 32.2 equivalent kay 200. And let this be our equation number 2. As you can see, we have two equations and two unknowns, tension T and acceleration of A. So you can already compute that. Yung values ng ating unknown, tension T, and then acceleration of A using mode 5, 1. No? Two equations to unknowns. So, ano yung values po ng tension T and acceleration of A? Kindly compute po. Ano po yung nakuhang values?
163.63.
163.6364.
6364.
That is pounds. Positive ba or negative?
Positive po.
Positive. So, most likely, tama yung tension force natin. Kapag nag-negative yung tension value natin, that is incorrect solution. May mali sa ginawa. No? Ang tension force, that should be always a positive value. No? And then, acceleration of body A. Ano yung nakuha?
Negative
2.927 feet per second square. Oops! Sir, bakit negative value yung acceleration of A? Yan ang sinasabi ko kanina. No? Mapapansin natin, yung dalawang bodies natin na kinonsider, body A and body B, wala naman tayong kinonsider na frictional force dahil hindi naman sila in contact with a surface. No? Since wala tayong frictional force na kinonsider, yung magnitude value na 2.927 ay tama. That is a correct value. Bakit may negative sign? Yung negative sign, indication na mali yung assume direction natin. No? So, yung body A, mali. Dahil nag-negative yung value. So, yung in-assume nating pababa, dapat siya ay pataas. Yun ang indication nun. Therefore, magiging sagot natin, acceleration of A is positive 2.927 feet per second square. And that should be going upward. No? Kapag na-compute natin yung body A, mako-compute natin yung body B. No? Therefore, acceleration of body B is twice acceleration of A. And that is 2.927. And that will be, ano to, 5.854 feet per second square. No? Kapag pataas yung body A, anong tendency nun? Pababa yung body B. Diba? If that is going upward, therefore, pababa ang body B. No? Questions? And that will be the requirement, the acceleration of body B. And this will be our final answer. Questions po regarding this problem?
Wala.
Okay, wala. Let's consider another sample problem. Okay. Ito, isang body but then in contact with a surface. No? So, let's solve it. We have a block of mass 3 kilograms is pulled across a rough horizontal plane by a string inclined at 30 degrees as shown in this figure to the horizontal. The tension in the string is given 20 newtons. The coefficient of friction between the particle and the plane is 0.2. No? Find na the acceleration of the particle. Ano bang particle natin dyan? Yung block natin. No? Bakit particle ang tawag? Dahil kapag nag-free body diagram tayo, nag-a-act lang sila sa iisang point, yung mga forces. No? Sa point na yon, yun na yung block natin. So, since point lang siya, that is considered a particle. No? So, ano yung mga forces na nag-act sa ating block? Meron tayong mass. No, pag merong mass yung ating block, meron siyang weight. At yung weight is lagging vertically downward. No, assume natin yung block natin. Meron tayong weight dyan. And weight is mass times gravitational acceleration. The mass is given 3 kilograms. Gravitational acceleration that is constant, 9.81 meter per second squared. So, computing for the weight, ano yan guys?
29.43 po.
Okay, 29.43 kilogram meter per second square is newtons. No, ano pa yung mga forces? Meron tayong force dyan, incline. No, 20 newtons. With respect to this axis, 30 degrees. No, in contact with the surface, pag in contact with the surface, meron tayong normal force. No, normal acting perpendicular to the surface. No, 90 degrees. If this is the surface, naka 90 degrees yung normal force. No, and then rough daw yung surface natin. Pag sinabing rough surface, meron tayong frictional force na i-consider. No, pero kapag smooth yung surface, frictional force is 0. No, so meron tayong frictional force and frictional force is opposing the motion. Nasaan ba yung motion? Kapag meron tayong string dyan, hihilayin ng string yung ating block going to this direction. No, so frictional force is opposing the motion. Pag ano naman yung frictional force natin? Dahil yung motion going to the right. No, meron pa ba tayong force na i-consider? Wala na. No? So, nasa yung motion? Naka X. So, if we will take summation of forces along Y, equivalent kay 0. Dahil wala kay Y yung motion. But, if we will take summation of forces along X, nandito kay X yung motion, therefore, naka-equal siya kay reverse effective force. Nasa ng positive direction? Going to the right. No, dito naman, upward forces ay positive. No, pag naka-equal lang tayo kay 0, either upward or downward will be equivalent to 0. Maalin man. Pero kapag naka-equal kay reverse effective force, hindi po pwedeng positive yung dalawang direksyon. Titingnan nyo palagi kung nasan yung direction niya. At yung i-consider nating positive direction. No, dito siya critical kay reverse effective force. Pero kapag naka-equal kay 0, hindi tayo critical. No. Okay, let's consider first summation of force along y-axis. So, upward forces ay positive. So, normal force. Positive siya. Weight is minus 29.43. May component yung 20 newtons. Pataas siya, di ba, yung component? So, that is plus. Anong component? Opposite the angle, that is sine. 20 sine of 30 degrees. Tama? Meron pa ba? Wala na. That is 0. Computing for the normal force, guys. Anong value?
19.43.
19.43. No. Positive 29.43 minus 20 sine 30, which is 10. No, dahil ang sine 30 ay 1/2. Okay. Meron tayong normal force, 19.43 newtons. Ang normal force, merong relationship kay frictional force. No? And frictional force is the product of the coefficient of friction and the normal force. Ang coefficient of friction, binigay na. 0.2. No? Therefore, frictional force, F, is equivalent to 0.2 multiplied by N, 19.43. Gets? So, what will be the value of frictional force, guys? Times 2 lang tayo.
3.88.
Sorry?
3.8886.
3.886 newtons. No? So, tapos na tayo kay summation of forces along Y. No? Sunod naman natin summation of forces along X. Okay, considering this free body diagram, to the right ay positive. So, yung frictional force, minus. No? Negative 3.886. Yung 20 Newton, yung X component niya, positive. Going to the right siya. Tama? So that is plus 20 cosine of 30. No? Meron pa ba na i-consider na horizontal force? Meron pa ba? Wala na, di ba? And that will be equivalent to the weight. Ano ba yung weight? 29.43. Acceleration, that is unknown. Over gravitational acceleration, that is 9.81 meter per second square. Dahil naka SI units tayo. No? So, computing for acceleration, guys, using this equation, makakompute nyo na yan. Ano ang A natin?
4.4782.
Okay, that is 4.47 meter per second square. Para-parehas lang. Positive ba or negative?
Positive.
Positive. Therefore, tama yung motion na going to the right. No? Kapag nag-negative to, mali yung solution. Mali yung assumption natin ng direction, mali din yung magnitude. Bakit? Meron tayong frictional force na i-consider. Therefore, mali yung solutions natin. Hindi gaya kanina, wala tayong frictional force na involved kahit nag-negative. No? Papalitan lang natin yung direction as is na. Okay. Let's consider another example. Okay. So, we have here, we have to determine the magnitude of W. Say this is block B. No, and block B has a weight W. So that the 200 pounds body A will have an acceleration up the plane of 4.025 feet per second square. So, in-specify sa problem yung motion. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the block A and the 30-degree inclined plane is 0.20. Meron tayong coefficient of friction. No? And then, solving for that, meron tayong dalawang bodies involved ulit. No? Bago tayo mag-free body diagram, para tuloy-tuloy yung solution natin, let's analyze first the kinematic relationship, no, ng dalawang bodies na to. Nagets po? So, yung motion, binigay na. Ito ay up the plane daw. No, with acceleration 4.025. So, kapag pataas yung body A, tendency nun, bababa ang body B, di ba? Pero hindi pa natin alam yung acceleration value. And then, eto, iisang kable yan. No, yung pulleys natin dito, walang sinabing frictionless and then weightless. You have to assume that it is frictionless and weightless. No, if these are frictionless and weightless, yung kable dito, lahat ng tension force dyan, all throughout its length, ay pare-parehas. So, tension, T. Ito, tension, T. Ito, tension, T din. No? Yung cable naman natin, supporting body B, having a weight W, meron din tension dyan. No? Pero para maging equilibrium yung system dito, dapat yan ay 2T. No? May T na dalawa pataas, so dapat 2T. Yung body B natin. Yung cable kay body B. Gets po? Now, take summation of work done by the bodies involved will be equivalent to 0. Or work done by body A plus work done by body B is equivalent to 0. No? Ano bang work? Force times displacement. Both for the two bodies. No? Ano yung force na i-consider? Yung mga tension force na nakakabit sa bawat bodies. Ano ba yung tension force na nakakabit kay body A? Ito yon, which is tension T. Multiplied by displacement of body A, hindi natin alam. No? Going upward siya, therefore, positive displacement. Plus, force of body B, that is 2T. Displacement of body B, hindi rin natin alam, but motion is going downward, therefore, it will have a negative displacement, equivalent to 0. So, cancelled ulit yung tension T. Tama? Therefore, SA minus 2SB is equivalent to 0. Therefore, displacement of body A is twice displacement of body A is twice displacement of body B. No? And ganun din mismo kay velocities and acceleration. Velocity of body A is twice velocity of body B. Acceleration of body A is twice acceleration of body B. Yan ay tinatawag nating kinematic relationship. No? And that's the time, pwede na tayo mag-free body diagram for each bodies. First one, kay body A muna tayo, guys. Okay, medyo mas mahirap ngayon yung free body diagram natin dahil in contact with the surface. Say this is our body A. No? And then, ano yung mga force na magakay body A? Meron tayong weight. Diba? Weight is vertically downward. Anong weight niya? 200 pounds. Nabi sa problem. And then, meron tayong tension T, which is unknown. In contact with the surface, meron tayong normal force dyan, acting 90 degrees sa ating surface. No? And then, meron tayong frictional force. Walang sinabing smooth yung surface or rough surface. Therefore, i-assume natin rough yung surface natin. No, ibig sabihin, i-assume natin merong mag-a-act na friction force. And friction force is opposing the motion. If the motion is going upward, friction force is going downward. No? So, yung ating free body diagram. So, if we will let, this is our x-axis, and this is our y-axis, ito ay magiging 30 degrees. Tama? No? So, dapat ma-analyze nyo yun. So, if we will take summation of forces along y, nandyan ba yung motion ng ating body A? Wala. Yung motion niya is paganyan, which is along kay x-axis. So, if we will take summation of forces along y, that will be equivalent to 0. No? If we will take summation of forces along x, nandun yung motion, naka-equal dun yung ating reverse effective force. No? And motion is going upward. Sabi dun. So, going upward, positive. No? Kay y, maalin na. Kahit upward, kahit downward, okay lang tayo. Sabihin natin upward ay positive. Lahat ng pag-ganon. So, normal force, positive yon. Yung component ni W, going downward yon, that is minus. That is cosine. Tama? 200 cosine of 30. Meron pa ba tayong consider along y-axis? Wala na. Equivalent yan kay 0. So, normal force, lipat nyo sa kabila, magiging positive. Ano po yung 200 cosine 30?
173.2051.
205. Store nyo yung value, guys, ha, para hindi tayo nag-round off. And that will be pounds. No? Pag meron tayong normal force, mako-compute natin yung frictional force dahil merong relationship yung dalawa. That is mu(n). No? Ano ba yung mu natin? Given in the problem, 0.20. No? So, therefore, frictional force is 0.20 times 173.205. Ano pa yung frictional force natin, guys?
34.641.
Point?
641.
And that is pounds also. So, we're done with summation of forces along y. So, pwede tayo mag-summation of forces along x. No? Upward daw ay positive, lahat ng pag-ganon. Ano yung mga positive natin dyan? Tension T. Ito, pababa, minus. Ano yung F natin? 34.641. Meron pa ba? Yung component ni W. No. Yung component niya pababa din. Tama ba? Minus. 200. Opposite ng angle, sine 30. No. Equivalent kay WA over G and WI 200. Acceleration of body A, dahil body A pa lang tayo, given na sa problem, 4.025. And then, gravitational acceleration is, naka-fit ba tayo? Naka-feet per second square to. Therefore, gravitational acceleration is 32.2. No? Ito, lipat mo dun sa kabila, magiging plus. Same with this term, magiging plus din. Mako-compute natin yung tension T. Computing for tension T, guys, ano yung value?
159.641.
Okay, 159.641 pounds. So, we're done analyzing body A. No? So, that's the time. Analyze natin yung free body diagram natin kay body B. So, ano yung mga forces na mag-a-act kay body B? Tignan natin yon. Ito yung body B natin. Meron tayong tension, 2T, pataas, and meron tayong weight na W, pababa. Wala na, di ba? Hindi naman siya in contact with the surface. So, wala tayong normal force, wala din tayong frictional force. Ano daw yung mga force na mag-act dyan? Meron tayong tension T. Meron tayo weight W, which is unknown. No, ang tension T na-compute na natin, guys. And that is, ano to? Ay, hindi pa. 2T pala. 2T pala yung tension kay body B. So, 2 times 159.641 yan. No? And yung motion na in-assume natin ay pababa. Diba? Acceleration of body B. If acceleration of A is 4.025, that is given in the problem, that is 2 times acceleration of B. So, the acceleration of B natin, 4.025 divided by 2, that is 2.0125. No? So, if you will take summation of forces along Y, naka Y yung motion, di ba? Therefore, naka-equal din yung reverse effective force. Nasaan yung positive direction? Pababa. No? Ano yung mga pababa dyan? Weight W, positive. Ito, pataas, minus. 2 times 159.641 equivalent to W, that is unknown. Acceleration of body B, that is 2.0125 over G, ano yung G natin? 32.2. So, mapapansin nyo dyan, isa lang naman yung unknown sa ating equation, which is W. So, we can compute W, guys. Ano po yung value natin? That is 2 times 159.641, and that is divided by 1 minus 2.0125 over 32.2. Ano yung value natin dyan, guys? $300.
340.567. 675.
Ganyan.
Opo.
Okay. And that will be the requirement for this given problem. The weight of body B. No? Okay. Any questions? Okay, wala pa din. Let's consider another problem. Okay. Incomplete ulit yung given. Sabihin natin body A is 200 pounds. Body B is 600 pounds. Body C is 400 pounds. No? Okay. And for this given figure, we have to determine the tension in chord C or chord supporting block C. The pulleys are frictionless and negligible. Wait. So, etong cable dyan, o yung cord dyan, connecting or supporting body C, pare-paras yung tension force doon. Diba? If this is tension T, this is also 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 tension T. Tama? No? Ito, tatlong bodies na yung involved natin. Okay, for this pulley, para maging equilibrium yung pulley natin dyan, meron tayong T na pataas, meron T pataas doon. Dapat yung tension natin dito, supporting body A, that should be 2T. No? Same with the pulley here. Meron tayong tension T pataas doon, meron tayong tension T pataas. Dapat yung tension na sumusuport kay body B ay merong tension value na 2 times tension T. And gets po? So now, evident by motion sa ating system. May motion bang binigay yung block A, yung block B, tsaka block C natin? Wala. Therefore, you have to assume the motion. O, sige nga guys, assume nyo nga. Yung 200 pounds, pinaka mababa yung value. So, tendency nun, ang assumption natin ay pataas. Pero po pwede rin pa rin tayo magkamali dyan, no? Malalaman natin mamaya kung tama yung assumption natin. Supporting, or yung block B natin, 600 pounds, pinakamataas. So, ang i-assume dyan, pataas or pababa?
Pababa.
Assume pa din naman yan. Pwede tayo magkamali. No? How about body C? Nasa gitna, medyo mahirap tong i-assume, di ba? Ano sa tingin nyo? Pataas or pababa? O, kayo mag-assume. Ano sa tingin nyo to? Assume lang. Pababa or pataas?
Pataas.
Okay, assume natin pataas. No? Actually, mali yung pataas. Dapat siya ay pababa. Pero okay lang yan. Malalaman natin yan mamaya. Okay. So now, kinematic relationship muna tayo guys, di ba? No? Para tuloy-tuloy na yung ating solution mamaya pag nag-free body diagram tayo. No? So that is, summation of work done will be equivalent to 0. Or, work done by body A plus work done by body B plus work done by body C is equivalent to 0. Ano ang work ulit? Force times the displacement traveled. No? For each the 3 bodies involved. So that is F times D of body C equivalent to 0. Ano yung force na i-consider? Yun yung mga tension na nakakabit sa bawat body. So ano yung tension kay body A? That is 2T. Displacement ni body A, hindi natin alam, SA. Pero in-assume natin na pataas, therefore, positive yung displacement. No? Plus, force ni body B, yun yung tension kay body B. Ano yung tension kay body B? 2T also. Displacement ni body B, hindi rin natin alam, say that is SB, but motion is downward. So, in tendency nun, it will have a negative displacement. Plus, force of body C, yung tension kay body C, which is tension T only. Displacement ni body C, hindi natin alam, say that is SC. In-assume natin na upward, therefore, positive yung ating displacement, equivalent to 0. Gets? So, dividing all the terms by tension T, magka-cancel yan. No, ano matitira? 2SA minus 2SB plus SC equivalent to 0. No. Kunin natin yung SC. Or kunin yung SA or kunin yung SB. Either way, parehas lang. No. Kunin natin SC, lipat nyo itong sa kabila, yung SB at SA. That will become positive 2SB minus 2SA kapag nilipat. And that will be our kinematic relationship for displacement. No. And we can say also that velocity of body C is 2 times velocity of body B minus 2 times velocity of body A. And we can also say that acceleration of body C is 2 times acceleration of body B minus 2 times acceleration of body A. No. And that will be our kinematic relationship. Pagtapos na tayo dyan, pwede na tayo mag-free body diagram, guys. For each the bodies involved. So, first one, for body A muna tayo. No? Ano yung mga forces na magkakay body A? Meron tayong tension, 2T. Meron tayong weight going downward. Meron pa ba? Wala na. Motion is upward. So if we will take summation of forces along y, equivalent kay reverse effective force. Anong motion ni body A? Upward. So upward forces ay positive. No. So yung mga upward dyan, 2t minus 200. Anong weight? 200. Ano yung A? Acceleration of body A over. Ano ang G? Naka-pounds yung unit ng weight natin. Therefore, English unit. Therefore, naka-English unit din dapat yung G. That is over 32.2 feet per second square. So, simplifying, pagsamahin natin lahat ng unknown terms, and then equal natin sila kay constant term. So, that will become 2t minus 200 acceleration of A over 32.2. Ito, lipat mo to, magiging positive 200. Let this be our equation number 1. No? So, free body diagram naman ng body B. Ano yung mga force na mag-act doon? Meron tayong tension 2T ulit na pataas. Tama? Meron tayong weight na pababa, 600 pounds. Meron pa ba? Wala na. So, if we will take summation of forces along Y, na kay Y-axis yung motion, di ba? Tama? And that will be reverse effective force. Nasaan yung motion? Downward. So, lahat ng downward forces ay positive. No? So, yung mga downward, 600. Ito, magiging minus 2t. Equivalent kay weight. Anong weight? 600. Acceleration of body B, which is unknown, over G, 32.2. No? Pagsamahin lahat ng unknown terms, and then equal natin lahat ng constant term. So, ito, lipat mo sa kabila, magiging 2t plus 600 acceleration of body B over 32.2 equivalent kay 600. Let this be our equation number 2. No? And then last one, free body diagram ni body C. No, ano yung mga forces na mag-act kay body C? Tingnan natin. Meron tayong pataas na tension T. Meron tayong weight na pababa, 400 pounds. And yung motion is vertically upward. So, meron tayong pataas na tension T. Meron tayong pababa na 400 na weight. And then, motion is upward. In-assume natin. No. So, if we will take summation of forces along Y, nandun yung motion naka-equal kay reverse effective force. Lahat ng pataas ay positive according to the motion. No. So, naman na yan. Tension T is positive. Minus 400. Equivalent kay weight. 400. A is acceleration of C over 32.2. Lipat mo sa kabila. Yung 400 na negative, lipat mo sa kabila. T minus 400. Anong acceleration of C? According to our kinematic relationship, acceleration of C is 2 acceleration of B minus 2 acceleration of A. So, this is 400 AC. That is AC equivalent to 2AB minus 2AA. No, over 32.2. Ito, lipat mo, magiging equivalent kay positive 400. Simplify natin. Ito, lipat mo doon or i-distribute mo. Magiging negative 400 times negative 2, positive 800 AA. Then dito man, negative 400 times positive 2, magiging minus 800 AB. No? So, that will become tension T plus 800 AA over 32.2 minus 800 acceleration of body B over 32.2 naka-equal kay constant term na 400 pounds. No? And that will be our equation number 3. So, 3 equations, 3 unknowns, guys. No? So, 3 equations, 3 unknowns using your calculator, that is mode 5-2. You can compute for tension T, acceleration of A, and acceleration of B. No? Dapat ganyan ating arrangement. Tension T yung mauna, acceleration of A yung pangalawa, acceleration of B yung pangatlo, and then pang-apat yung constant term. Kay equation number 1, walang acceleration of B. So, yung acceleration of B pangatlo, naka-0 equals muna siya. So, 2 equals, negative 200 over 32.2 equals, 0 equals, 200 equals. No, dito naman walang acceleration of A. Ang acceleration of A pangalawa. Therefore, 2 equals, 0 equals, 600 over 32.2 equals, 600 equals. Yung equation number 3, kompleto. So, 1 equals, 800 over 32.2 equals, negative 800 over 32.2 equals, 400 equals. So, using mode 5.2, mako-compute natin tension T, acceleration of A, and then acceleration of body B, guys. Ano yung values po natin? Kindly compute po yung values. Ano po?
171.42886.
Positive, negative?
Positive.
Okay. Ang tension po dapat hindi nagiging negative value. Pag nag-negative yung tension, mali po yung ginawa natin, no? That is pounds. How about acceleration of A?
23.
Positive, negative?
Positive.
Okay. Acceleration of B? So, yung acceleration of A, positive yung na-compute natin, tama yung assumption natin. No? Napataas dahil positive yung na-compute. How about acceleration of B? Positive ba or negative?
Positive.
Positive?
13.8 po.
13.8 feet per second square. Positive yung na-compute, therefore tama yung in-assume nating motion kay body B. No, na siya ay pababa. Kapag na-compute natin yung AA tsaka AB, mako-compute natin yung acceleration ni body C using this kinematic relationship. Therefore, acceleration of body C is 2 times AB, 13.8, minus 2 times acceleration of A, 23. Ano po yung value ni acceleration of C, guys?
Negative
18.
18.4.
4 feet per second square. Negative ulit yung value, guys. Ang acceleration ni C or body C, hindi naman siya in contact with a surface. Wala tayong friction force na kinonsider. No. So, ibig sabihin, yung 18.4 na value, yung magnitude na yan ay tama. Oh, yung negative sign, mali. No, ibig sabihin, mali tayo ng assumed direction kay body C. That should be positive 18.4 feet per second square, and body C should be going downward. No? So, questions, guys? Oops. So, that should be going downward. And that will be the requirements for this given problem. Tanong po? Naintindihan po ba yung ating discussion?
Opo.
Opo. Sir, pwede ka po pabalik sa isang problem. Screenshot lang po.